Original Crunch TV.
Hello, I'm your presenter Stuart Bardin and you're watching Original Crunch TV. With the European referendum just weeks away, we have decided to hit the streets of London to find out the public's view on whether or not we should stay in or out of Europe come June the 23rd. So let's find out.
I think they should vote in.
And do you have an opinion on why that would be?
I think that what we gain from the EU in terms of access to the single market is of benefit, and I think that if we were to leave the EU, we would still have to trade with the single market, but we wouldn't be able to affect any of the regulations that govern the single market. So I think that it's a very straightforward question of in for me.
So it makes more sense to just stay as we are at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the whole thing about Britain's sovereignty, I don't know why that's an issue, because as far as I can see, we're able to govern ourselves perfectly well. We've got control of the economy, we've got control of education, health, defence, all the things that matters. We actually have sovereignty over them, so I don't know what this whole thing is about. Yeah, I think that if we leave the EU, we'll be weaker outside.
I think we should vote to stay in.
And do you have a reason for that?
Well, at the moment, obviously, while we've been in the EU, everything's been going well. But obviously, if we do come out, it's going to make things harder in ways of either terrorism coming in easier or cost, and also doing imports and exports to the United States or wherever. So I think we should keep Britain in the EU.
No doubt, get out.
And do you have any reason why?
I don't think it's good for anybody. I think having these people that if they were at home would get paid 10 times less, coming here to get money to send home, why not employ the British?
Stay in, vote in.
And do you have an opinion on that or why we should stay in?
Just think we'll be better off, to be honest with you. I'm not really a politics person, but I know that if we vote out, it would be a really bad thing for the country, and I think staying in would benefit everybody.
So the way things are, you think is the best way to go?
Yeah, definitely, and I think a lot of people would agree as well, that we're just best off staying in.
Well, my opinion is I think it's better to be out of Europe, because now, like Holland, we're depending on other countries in Europe, like Germany, and they depend. They say this is going to happen, that's going to happen. So I think you're better off on your own, and England is a strong and big country. So
you think it's better to stay on your own, so you make all the decisions yourself, it's just down to your own country?
Yeah, I think England is strong enough to do so.
Sure.
In, definitely.
And do you have a reason why?
Because I like the idea of going to live in any country in Europe and not having to worry about visas. I think it's much better for trade and the economy. Plus, we don't really produce enough in this country, thanks to Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'll be voting in, so I hope other people do as well.
And your reason why?
I did languages at uni, and I wouldn't have been able to go on my year abroad without the EU and the funding that I got for that, so that's my reason.
Out, definitely out.
And your reason being?
Because we have a parliament for our own, we voted them in. It might not be the best system of electing people, right? But it's done nonetheless for over centuries now. So what's the point of we electing our own MPs and our own leaders to make rules and law for us while everything is being done in Brussels? What's the point?
I think we're getting very mixed messages from the government, from the other parties. I just think they're not making it clear for the everyday voter what the implications are of staying in or out. Personally, I vote to stay in because I'm just not sure going out of the EU what that means for the UK.
So you think it's better to be safe, to go with what we would instead of risking it and coming out?
Status quo, I think. Otherwise, I work in the financial sector and I can see a couple of years of unrest, of potential impacts on mortgages, savings, etc., before it then starts getting back to normal, if it does get back to normal, if we decide to leave the EU.
I think we should stay in because I think we'd be stronger in the EU as a collective force rather than on our own.
Sure. So you just think if we're on our own, we'd be a little bit weaker, and with other countries to support us, we'd be a stronger country, yeah?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people from the EU that come here to work, so they're helping our economy and they're part of our country and part of our culture, so I think it's important to maintain that relationship.
Well, to be honest, I think there's still a lot of basically it's not that clear as to why, in my view, I'm not quite clear as to why they should leave, or why, or what would be the real effects, because obviously, I mean, with Parliament and all that, all these parliamentarians, all these ministers, they're saying one thing really, but you know how politics goes, you know what I'm saying? And to me, in my view, personally, I think because Obama said that, because of the statement Obama made, in fact, that Britain would be placed on the back burner sort of thing if they were to actually exit the EU. I think for that reason alone, I would actually actually step out of the bloody EU, just to make him see that America does not run the world or run Britain. You see what I'm saying? Britain actually got their independence from America, got their independence from Britain. So who is America now to turn around and tell Britain, what they should do, or Britons what they should do? That's yeah.
Okay.
Well, my personal opinion is in.
And why would that be?
Well, there's a lot to lose. We could just wash out generations' expectations if we get out, because all the foundations, all the things that we have done, all build every ambition that we built, we're building with us being in there.
So it'd make more sense staying in just because of what we've already built so far?
Absolutely, it's not worth losing the foundation and create another foundation where we don't know where we're going.
Vote in.
And why would that be?
Yeah, okay, I don't know, says Europe, just Europe alone, is what I'm saying. I just love Europe, and I'm an immigrant anyway, is what I'm saying, just like anyone, man.
And you think it's best if we...
Jamaica, is what I'm saying, so you don't know, straight immigrant. I don't care about it, just straight Europe. Romania, Polish, every one of us, European.
So it's best if we all just stay together the way it is?
It's the best thing, man, separate, don't do it, see me? Sure. We're gonna win anyway.
Yeah?
In.
Things seem fine. I'm not sure, but things seem fine as they are. So, I say, England should stay in of Europe.
So you think, as things are right now, you think it should stay that way? Nothing should be changed at all?
No, everything seems perfectly fine. So, yeah, Britain should stay in of Europe.
In. Do you have an opinion on why you'd be staying in?
Yeah, David Cameron's poor in the prison. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money.
You get me. The UK needs help from other countries. That's why.
Staying in.
Ask him. He don't know English.
Do you have an opinion?
Shut up, man. My opinion is we should stay in the EU because David Cameron hasn't got the right technique and the mindset to be in the to be without the EU.
Okay. All right, guys. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Well, there you go. The people have spoken. Make sure you place your vote on the 23rd of June. Also, please feel free to leave your views in the comment section below. Until next time, I've been Stuart Bardin. You've been watching Original Crunch TV. We shall see you soon.